At every wedding where somebody stands up and makes a speech on behalf of the bride and groom, and as the father of the bride and Stephanie's dad, I'm going to take this opportunity to say a few words. Until she's already a wife. But first of all, I want to say thank you, all of you, for being here tonight. This is a testament to your love and support for Stephanie and Timothy. Many of you traveled a long way to be here. Debbie's family and my mother-in-law's family came here from the Faroe Islands in Denmark. We have people who came here from several different states: California, Washington, Texas and Florida, Georgia, Ohio, New York, New Jersey, and West Warwick. World travelers, all of you. I do have a speech that I'd like to say, but I'd like to preface it with this, if please give me a few minutes, and it might actually make sense of my speech. When Stephanie was little, 2.5, maybe 3, Debbie had gotten her ready for bed and washed her up. I remember standing in the living room, and here comes Stephanie out of the bathroom, with little feety pajamas on. She walks up to me and with her right hand takes me by the left little finger, which she's been clearly wrapped around ever since. And she looks straight up at me and says, "Daddy, will you read me a bedtime story?" My wife looks at me with a big smile. "Boy, you're committed." And I mean, how do you say no to that? You can't. So I said, "Of course I'll read you a bedtime story." She mustered up all that Danish Viking strength of hers and dragged me right into the bedroom. So I wasn't so much worried about losing my little finger as my left arm. So I grabbed a book and I read her a story. She gently lays down beside me as I softly read her and myself to sleep. How the two of us fit in the crib that night is still a mystery. But this started a nightly tradition for many, many years of me reading to her. And it started out with the nursery rhymes and the fairy tale romances and Disney stories, happily ever after. And like I said, I did this for many, many years until, she met Tim. The only time I found it awkward was, that 4-year period when she was in college. But hey, you do for your kids what you can. I think I forgot what I was about to say. Anyway, I do have a speech that I'd like to say. Oh. I'm at a loss now. Please forgive me just for a minute. But as much as Stephanie enjoyed, I know what to say now, as much as Stephanie enjoyed the fairy tale stories and so forth, it was the Christmas stories that really seemed for her that she really enjoyed the most, okay? And even at 2.5, she had this internal radar, if you will. She knew when it was Christmas time. So she'd be the first, she not being shy, she'd be the first to say, "Daddy, it's Christmas time. You got to get the Christmas story books out." So Debbie and I, in fear of our lives, would grab those Christmas stories as quickly as we could and read them around, the normal time, July or August. And I'd read them to her till, April to May of the following year. but she truly enjoyed the spirit of Christmas. Okay, now, we all tend to have a little bit of Christmas spirit in us during the holidays. You know, we maybe go out of our way a little bit for somebody, or we watch somebody else doing it. And it kind of renews your faith in humanity. But the thing about Stephanie was this. Not only did she have the Christmas spirit in her at Christmas time, but throughout the year. Okay? Just by the way she lives her life. She's kind, courteous, loving, respectful, giving, and forgiving. And in the few years that I've known Tim, he's as gracious as a gentleman as Stephanie is a remarkable young woman. So with that being said, I have a tribute to my daughter. And keeping in the spirit of Christmas, but in the style of Clement Moore, or less, my ode to Stephanie. 'Twas the night before the 9th, January '86. Your mama's kerchief and my cap were both firmly affixed. As we were ready for bed and before pillow talk spoke, we were both quite surprised because Debbie's water just broke. Frantic phone calls were made of the good news in store. After all, we needed someone to mop up the floor. To women and infants, we rushed that cold morn, and at 1:57 a.m. you were born. You were purple at first from your feet to your hands, with rolls on your thighs like the Michelin Man. You didn't cry much and you weren't very loud, but you made us both parents, and so you made us both proud. Soon you were home. Everyone was in awe. You met Mormor and Jaja, Nanny and Pa, Uncle McDonough, Jimmy and Paul. I ask you forgive me if I don't name you all. A smile as wide as a large Christmas wreath. You shined as a beacon, and you didn't have teeth. Soon you were 3 and growing into your looks. Daddy, it's bedtime. Please read me some books. Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, and Dear Mother Goose. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and of course, Dr. Seuss. We loved you so much that we wanted another, and about that time in your life, we gave you a brother. He is handsome as you are fair, as he entered this world with a full head of hair. Through Lippert, Gorton, and Vets you'd do well, but your alma mater Stonehill was where you'd excel. New goals you would strive for, new heights you would reach. Blonde hair, blue-eyed, and Spanish you'd teach. From there you met a man who now sits by your side, not knowing at first that you'd soon be his bride, but pray you did for a man to God up above, and what started as friendship soon turned into love. Frantic phone calls were made of that good news in store, but it was Tim calling Debbie. It's Steph I adore. She's the love of my life, for her I'd do anything. But I'm calling to ask, what's her size for the ring? Come on, this is my prompter here. Soon after I was approached by this handsome young man. Who was gracious enough to ask me for your hand. He was nervous at first, but he polished his brass, and when he asked for my blessing, he did so with class. Then 2 years to the day of your very first date, You sensed it was destiny, you knew it was fate. And so on the ice there, on bended knee, did show you said ring and asked, will you marry me? Well, Steph pondered and pondered. And who'd ever guess that with tears in her eyes replied, yes, 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 yes! Frantic phone calls were made of the good news in store. Dad, you've supported me this far, but I'll need a lot more. There's big decisions to make, for now he's the love of my life. How must I prepare to be a good wife? Well, there were manicures, pedicures, the salons and the gym, new lipstick and makeup, and that was just him. He's my son-in-law now, who I'll tease when I can, but he does put the gentle in gentleman. Now, as the father of the bride, and I hope a gracious host, I please ask that you rise while I propose this toast. Few words will be spoken, but I must impart that what now I will say comes straight from the heart. To Stephanie, to Timothy, this day is your day. And it was an honor that to this man I would give you away. Now, may all your troubles be small ones, and may all your small ones be trouble. May your love ever grow, and each day may it double. Through good times, bad times, for better or worse, may you always go forward, but never reverse. To have and to hold, for rich or for poor, if you both have each other, may you never need more. Now this is my story, and I hope you did learn how today Stephanie Perry became Mrs. Ahern. And ere I exclaim to this new husband and wife, a blessed marriage to you both, and to you both, a good life. My ode to Stephanie.
Thanks very much, Mr. Perry. Give it up for the father of the bride.